Hi, this is Stan Reinford, and welcome to this week's market update for July 22nd. Thank you again for all the great compliments, great conversations, and the great input that I'm receiving on using the 10-year. So let's jump into it. We've got a lot to cover this week. So the boxes that you're looking at here at the top, the one to the left is the 10-year Treasury. The center, which is what we're looking at, which is the 10-year, and then to the right is the S&P 500. So the candlesticks down below here, the higher we are in this chart, the higher rates are. The lower we are, rates are lower. We don't want to see green on this chart. We want to see red. We want to see everything coming down. So let's kind of jump into it. The saga continues in the Middle East at the Strait of Hormuz. Unfortunately, tensions have risen, and there is fighting going back and forth. We've lost some soldiers, and oil has risen to somewhere around $85 to $88 a barrel. The closure and the escalations are out of control. In fact, Marco Rubio spoke and he said he does not believe that Iran is serious. Imagine that. So we've been going at this several times now, and every time this is the first time that it's escalated this far. So we'll have to wait and see. The other problem that we have is they had a pipeline from the Middle East over to the Red Sea, and that was just starting to get going. And now what's happening is escalations there with the Houthis are causing oil ships to make U-turns and go back. And that's about 1% of the world's population of oil that's coming out of there. So we'll have to wait and see. The other part of this is that the U.S. has announced that it's instituting 50% tariffs on about 500 Canadian goods. And then there's going to be a tariffs on so many other different items in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed that all of this gets straightened out as soon as possible. And then we had Dallas Fed President, voting member Lori Logan that spoke the other day that she said that she's in favor of higher Fed funds rates. Problem is that going to help? So let me tell you about a news story that came out the other day, which is actually going to, again, counteract what she just said. So CNBC came out with an article the other day and breaking down that consumers are living paycheck to paycheck in the $50,000 to $250,000 range. And what their definition of is that where these people, consumers, may have only $500 to $1,000 left over after they pay their bills, barely. So if they do have something that prices that go up higher with higher Fed funds rate, because that'll push credit card debt up, that'll push a lot of different things, home equities, all different things, then what that'll do is it'll actually shrink that amount of money that they do have left over. This is an area that I've been talking about for a while. We have been helping a lot of clients who have a lot of debt consolidate and save an awful lot of money, trading that 3% rate for a 7%. I know it seems wrong, but even sometimes home equities will help in this situation. But we're showing them also not only how they can save money, but how they can also pay off their home sooner than they would have if they would have, kept their 3% rate. Interest rates, unfortunately, they're challenging right now. It is what it is. But again, there's an opportunity here. If you buy today, and yes, you're paying a little bit higher rate, when rates go down, there'll be more competition coming in, causing prices to go up, because we know that when rates go down, it brings more people back into the market from a buyer standpoint. So it'll push price up a little bit. That could be your appreciation a year from now, instead of you paying that 4 or 5% or whatever that is more for that home, and rates going down, and you may not save a whole lot anyway. So remember, we help clients that are looking at buying or refinancing, whether it's a primary residence, second home, or investment property, whether it's a reverse mortgage, renovation loans, home equities. We can help in all different facets here, and we would love to hear your story. So please give us a call. We'd love to help out and point you in the right direction. And please remember to forward and share to someone who else might look at this. Have a great week, and see you soon.